In the month of July, I received 9 dividend payments, and this was by far my best month ever. First time hitting triple digits, over 100 euros. Stay tuned to find out how much I got.
Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. Money, money, money in my...
Alright, let's jump right in. First payment came from Coca-Cola. They paid me 3.88 euros. If we look at the stock over the last year, they are down 6%, so not doing too good. Year to date, they are pretty flat, down 0.7%. If we look at my holding, I'm still up with this one because I'm holding for a long time already. I'm up almost 7%. I own 12 shares of Coca-Cola, and so far I received 49 euros in dividends from them. Next one came from my Vanguard S&P ETF, the VUSA. They paid me 4.86 euros, bringing my monthly total to 8.74 euros. And if we are looking at the performance of over the last year, they are up 11%, and my holding is almost up 8%. I own basically 21 shares of this ETF, and so far they paid me 14.69 euros in dividends. Then my second Vanguard ETF paid me, my all-world high dividend ETF, the VHYL. They paid me 19.57 euros, so pretty good dividend for me, bringing my total to 28.31 euros. This ETF is up 7% over the last year. Looking year to date, almost up 4%, so not too bad. And my position, I own 30 shares of this one, and I'm up 5.5%. So far I received 42.62 euros in dividends. Alright, we're still rolling with the ETFs. Now it's JP Morgan's turn. The global version, JEPG, they paid me 17.33 euros, and that brings my monthly total of July to 45.64 euros. If we're looking at the performance, it's not looking too good at the moment. So over the last year, they are down 5.4%, and year to date even worse, down 7%. But I'm not too worried that they recover, and also I'm just buying this one for the dividends mainly, so it's all good. If we're looking at my holding, I'm not down as much, only 2% down, and so far they paid me 78.62 euros for my 110 shares. And the second JP Morgan position, of course, the Nasdaq one, the JEPQ. This is my biggest holding at the moment and also my best payer. They pay me every single month, and this time I received 28.67 euros, bringing my total to 74.31 euros. Looking at the performance, of course not great at the moment. Over the last year down 6%, and year to date even almost 12% down. This one got hit pretty bad after the tariff announcement and the chaos back in February. So yeah, they have yet to recover, but we are slowly climbing back up. I'm down 9.4% at the moment. I own almost 120 shares, and so far they paid me 113 euros in dividends. The next dividend in July came from my favorite REIT, VG Properties. They have a lot of big casinos and hotels on the Las Vegas Strip, so really nice REIT. They paid me 8.83 euros, bringing my total to 83.14 euros. performance wise over the last year they're down 3%, and year to date they are up almost 3%. So this year pretty good for VG. I'm also up. I'm up over 4% with them. I own 42 shares, and so far they almost paid me 100 euros. So I received 95 euros from VG overall so far. Alright, this brings us to my biggest dividend for July. This came from my iShares Global Select Dividend 100. So these are 100 big dividend players from all around the world. They have some Japanese and Australian, European, US stocks of course. And they have a pretty good yield. So they paid me 41 euros and 18 cents, bringing my total to 124 euros and 32 cents. But after I received this dividend, I sold this one because they have pretty high costs. So it's 0.46%, where I rather put the money in a JEPQ, which is cheaper and has a higher yield. So yeah, that's why I sold this. But looking at the performance, they had a pretty good year, up 12%, and year to date over 7%. So I also had a pretty good exit to sell this one. If we're looking here, yeah, I sold it, so I don't have any shares anymore, but in total they paid me 216 euros in dividends. The second REIT that I own, of course, Realty Income, they paid me 4.11 euros, which brings my total to 128.43 euros. Let's look at the performance over the last year, almost down 10%, and year to date not too bad, down 2.2%. For me, I'm still down 5%. But overall with dividends, I'm already in the plus with this one. I own 27 shares of Realty Income and they paid me 129 euros in dividends so far. Last but not least, like every month, my Main Street Capital dividend. I received 1.62 euro, which brings my total for the month of July 2025 to 130 euros and 5 cents. Like I said, my very best month by far. First time I hit more than 100 euros, triple digits. I'm really happy with that. Let's look at the performance of Main, because they had a really good run. Over the last year they're up 26%. So that's by far the best run we've seen of all the companies today. Year to date, they're pretty flat, down almost 1%. And I'm up with this one 45%. So really nice gains with this one. Like always, wish I bought more. I only own 13 shares. So far I received 84 euros in dividends. Alright, let's look at some overall dividend stats. My portfolio sits at 25,590 euros right now. So we hit the 25k mark for the first time, which is also really nice. As you all know, I'm on my way to 100k. So we have 25% done of this goal. Really huge milestone. Happy to see that. In total, we received 981 euros in dividends so far in this portfolio. And if we're looking year over year for July, last year in end of July, we were sitting at 225 euros, and this year already at 414 euros. So really nice increase year over year. Really, really happy with that. Also, if we look down here, 2024, we received 417 euros in total for the whole year. And right now at the end of August, we are already at 448 euros. So with a few months left still, we are already up 7% from last year. So that's really good. Progress, progress, progress. Let's look at the monthly comparison. For July, as you can see, last year this was also my best month by far. We were only, I say only, at 70 euros, and this year 130 euros. So we almost doubled our best month. I love to see it. Look at this huge pillar, stands out, overlooks all the other pillars. Love it. Great to see. So yeah, but I think that's it for this time. You've seen all my dividends. Let me know what you think, or tell me which dividends you received this month. Write something down in the comments. Consider subscribing if you want to follow my journey to 100k invested. And I see you next month. Bye bye.